Hello everyone, welcome to the video lessons on 8051 microcontroller. In this video, let's understand what's a microprocessor and a microcontroller, and also few differences between them. Make sure to watch the video till the end as we will discuss the questions that have appeared in previous exams related to this topic. With this approach, you can understand the concept as well as prepare for the exams at the same time. So let's look at what is a microprocessor. I guess most of you are aware of Intel Pentium processors. These are microprocessors that are powering the desktops and laptops that we use on a daily basis. If you ask a question, what is the core task that a microprocessor does? The answer would be computing, which means it continuously executes the instructions provided by the user. Now, the next question is, can the microprocessor work on its own without any additional hardware? To find answer to this question, let's have a look at the motherboard which you find inside a desktop CPU. In motherboard, this is the place for the microprocessor, and the processor also needs external hardware like RAM and hard disk to function. Right from the operating system to all the applications that you install will be stored in the hard disk, and the microprocessor executes these applications by fetching instructions from the hard disk. The microprocessor also uses the RAM to store data that is frequently required by it. Apart from accessing RAM and hard disk, the microprocessor also needs to communicate with the external devices like keyboard, mouse, monitor, and also USB devices like pen drive. You can observe there are various ports on the motherboard to communicate with external devices. For example, it has USB ports to communicate with USB devices, VGA port for the monitor, and also serial port to communicate with external devices. Observe the usage of the term ports here. So a port is a place where data exchange occurs between the microprocessor and the external device. The term port is also used in the shipping industry. These are the locations of shipping ports in India. You can easily relate to this as these ports are places where the goods are exchanged between India and other nations. So now we know that apart from the microprocessors, we also need additional hardware like RAM, hard disk, and ports to work as a complete system. These Pentium processors are high-end processors and often referred as general-purpose processors. Now, let's look at what is a microcontroller. The first question is, where are these microcontrollers used and where do you find them? The simple answer to this is, microcontrollers are present all around us. Starting from the TV remote controls, TVs, cable set-top box, printers, air conditioners, microwave ovens, electric cookers, cars, bikes, and even kids' toys. You can see that microcontrollers have entered every aspect of human lives. So what's inside a microcontroller and what makes it so ubiquitous that it's found almost everywhere? To put it in simple words, microcontroller is a device in which a microprocessor, RAM, ROM, input-output ports, and other peripherals are put together into a single chip. You can think of a microcontroller as a miniature version of motherboard on a single chip. This makes it very easy to develop various applications with microcontrollers without the need of connecting external memory or ports. Please note that the amount of RAM, ROM, and input-output ports is very limited in case of microcontrollers, and in many cases there will be no option to increase the memory size. If you look at the devices that we listed for microcontrollers like TV remote, printers, and microwave ovens, you can observe that these are single-purpose devices. What it means is, every time you use a TV remote or a printer or a toy, the functionality of the device always remains the same and does not change. So these devices are designed to do one kind of task repeatedly over a period of time. So microcontrollers are best suited to be used in single purpose devices as they are very cost effective and efficient. They also need less space as all the peripherals are built into the chip. When it comes to complex devices such as personal computers, microprocessors are best suited as they provide the flexibility of increasing the memory size and also adding new peripherals. Also, the computing power of microprocessors is quite high compared to microcontrollers. So I hope you got a fair understanding about what is a microprocessor and a microcontroller. There is a possibility of getting 4 to 6 marks question from this topic. Let's discuss few questions that have appeared in previous question papers. So the first one is, what is a microcontroller? Mention its application. This question appeared for 4 marks. And the second question, compare microprocessor with microcontroller. This question appeared for 6 marks. Before proceeding, please pause the video and try to answer these questions as much as possible. Now, let's look at the answers for these questions. What is a microcontroller? Mention its applications. Please go through the explanation for this question here. And also it's a good practice to write a block diagram so that the information is conveyed more effectively. So for the comparison between microprocessor and microcontroller, you can go through these 7 points which have been listed here. This brings us to the end of the video. Please like and share the video if it helped you to understand the concepts better. Do let us know in the comment section if you like the format of combining the concept and the question from the previous exam papers. Your feedback and comments will help us to upload more videos on 8051 in this format. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get more videos on 8051. Thank you for watching the video.